Today we're making a Thai-style chicken cashew stir-fry, and this dish clocks in at 765 calories per portion, 61 grams of proteins, 101 grams of carbs, and 13 grams of fat. There's a lot of different versions of this chicken cashew stir-fry, but this is very similar to the ones my closest Thai shop makes, so that's what I'm basing this on. To start off, we're gonna go for 200 grams of chicken breast, and we're just gonna chop those up. And then we're going to add 1 teaspoon of dark soy sauce, 1 teaspoon of light soy sauce, and if you don't have light or dark, you can just use ordinary soy sauce as well. That works just as fine. And to that we're gonna add 3 grams of baking soda and 2 grams of MSG. And the baking soda is just to make our chicken breast stay moist when we stir fry it later on. So just mix that together and put that in the fridge, and you can leave it. I like to leave it in the fridge for roughly 2 hours. So after that we're gonna put our oven at 160 degrees, and we're gonna take 20 grams of cashew nuts and we're gonna roast those. As you can see, our cashews are very white and pale before we roast them, so we want them to get that nice dark color and also roasted flavor. So I'm just gonna add a little bit of cooking spray and some salt to them. We're gonna roast these until they are golden brown, and that usually takes roughly 16 to 20 minutes. And I like to check them when we're halfway through so they get an even coloring. If you have really bit small pieces in there, they're likely to get burned, so try to use pieces that are the same size. So now these are nice and golden brown, which means we can use them later on. And to this I like to use, you can use what vegetables you like. I like to use onion, carrots and broccoli. So we're gonna simply cut 1 onion, 1 carrot and some broccoli for this. And I like to use onions and carrots because they're fairly low in calories and very high volume, so you get to eat a lot. I made this for my wife and she split this into 2 portions because she thought it was too much food. So it can become a very low calorie dish if you'd like. And if you eat the whole thing, it's a lot of food, so that's nice. And we're just gonna cut away the stem because we're not gonna need it. And I don't have a wok that's good enough to actually cook broccoli at home, so I'm gonna boil that in a pot with salted water. I'm also gonna add rice to this, and so we're gonna need 2 pots. And for our sauce we're gonna use 1 tablespoon of chicken fond and 1 deciliter of water, and also 6 grams of sugar. We're also gonna need 6 grams of cornstarch, and to that we're just gonna add some water and stir that together, and then we're gonna add it to our sauce later on. So, in with the rice, as usual I'm going for 65 grams of rice. I'm gonna salt our chicken stock sugar mix as well, and then we're gonna cook our broccoli for 2 or 3 minutes. And then once our pan is hot, we're gonna use some cooking spray for that as well. And we're gonna add our vegetables and fry them away for roughly 2 minutes. And after that we're gonna add our chicken. So we're just gonna push our vegetables to the side and then add our chicken. And then we're gonna stir fry that until it's done basically. And once your chicken is cooked, your vegetables will be cooked as well. And you can use any pan you want for this basically. You don't need a wok to make this. You can use a cast iron pan or a stainless steel pan. It's fine. Since we're gonna add our sauce later, and we're gonna basically deglaze our pan with that, so if stuff sticks, that's no problem at all. So if you only have one of those, that works as well as a wok. To this we're gonna add 1 teaspoon of ground ginger and 2 cloves of garlic. I bought granulated garlic by mistake, so I'm using that to get rid of it. And then once we fry that for 1 or 2 minutes as well, we're gonna add 1.5 tablespoons of fish sauce to the edge of our pan and let that caramelize a bit. And then we're just gonna add our sauce, stir that so all of the sugar and salt don't stay at the bottom. And then just use that to deglaze your pan if anything is stuck to the bottom. And then we're gonna add our cornstarch. And then all we need to do is add our broccoli and our cashews and stir that in a bit. You can add some salt. You can add some salt and pepper if needed. Some people use chili for this as well. And that's basically it. So it's actually really easy. I think it's a very nice dish. If you want to reduce the amount of calories, you can also skip the cashews, but I think the roasted cashews is what makes this dish really great. So basically that's it, and it's quite a lot of food for just 750 somewhat calories. So I hope you try it, and if you do, I hope you enjoy. Thanks for watching.